Institutional life will always end up in you being institutionalized. It's up to you whether it's a good way or a bad way. I'm institutionalized in a fucking good way and I love it. I'm super patient and I'm programmed towards my goals. And this is a great aspect of becoming institutionalized. It's more of just the traits that I wanted to possess that I saw I could create through this negative time. So I've become super patient by my own doing, going through shit like these bus rides. This one time, this 28-hour bus ride to Oklahoma from Arizona was massively trying, and everybody who was on that bus was straight broken by the time we got there. The type of patience you get during something like that, when you're handcuffed, you're black boxed, which is a crazy fucking torture device that someone created, where your hands are touching each other and you're trying to eat your meals and everything like that for 28 hours is fucking straight up torture. There's nothing else around it. 8 hours in, you're thinking, damn, how am I gonna fucking do this? 14 hours in, you're just like, I may fucking die. By the time 28 hours are in, you're fully just exhausted to the fucking core. And now you gotta get off the bus and spend about an hour and a half in R&R, which is where you enter the prison, and they got to do butthole checks and every random tattoo check to make sure who the fuck you are and everything like that before you finally get to your cell. But this was one of the crazy things I saw when I rode up to this Oklahoma facility as I met Red. Red had a fucking B number. The CDC system rates you with a number. You're placed with your number. A B number is one of the very first numbers ever issued. He had been down like 30 fucking years at this point. Now my brother is in Chino right now as we speak, and he has a BK number. They went from A numbers all the way through the alphabet, skipping a few here and there, and then they went to AA numbers, AB, AC, AD, AE, all the way through AZ. Now they're on BK. That's how crazy and how many people roll through the system. It's a revolving fucking door. But this cat Red, who has a B number, he's been down for 30 fucking years, was the most orderly person you've ever seen from being in the pen that long. He would clean everything all day long. He was the best porter known to man. He just kept to himself, did his thing. He was super calm, quiet dude. But when you went in his cell, it was a trip because he would have stuff in one big bottle, and the second the fucking lotion or whatever it was an inch from, he would go look around for another bottle so that that bottle was full. And then you'd see on his shelf that the bottles got smaller and smaller. It was just fucking him up, being in such a, he had a OCD or something, and being in that environment aggravated it. But he was a great dude. The thing that sucks is he was in the pen for so long. All he had was his parents. Now one day the chaplain calls, and this is one of the worst times. When the chaplain all of a sudden calls anybody from the building, everybody's heart drops and the building gets silent because they know what happened. Somebody in your family or someone you care about has just died, or something massively bad has happened. So we knew when he got that call, it was all bad. He broke down in front of everybody and just lost his mind. Someone who did that much time, a B number, 30 fucking years as a good man, a good white boy on GP, and that happens to him right at the end. This is some of the most tragic shit that will happen, and the worst things are going to play out during your term, your worst nightmare, as if doing the time isn't enough. This is what happened to this man. He finally just lost it. He went insane when he lost his parents because that's all he had in the world. And he was getting out in like 2 fucking years to finally see him again, even though the state shipped him to Oklahoma, which brought him away from the only people that visited him. Such fucking bullshit to treat someone, a human being, like that, no matter what the fuck they did. Now, there's just so many other aspects that get you institutionalized. And when I was at this facility, it was like that because this was in Oklahoma and nobody had visitors who would readily come see them. I was on reception at that time as a new inmate in a GP mainline building. So they had me on lockdown by myself, even though everybody else was programming. I had to sit there for like 2 weeks until I could come out. I didn't have a cellie at the time, so I signed to everybody else. I'm like, hey, come here. And I have them bring me some weed, like some 50 balls and shit. And I'm smoking weed in my cell. At this time, I was still trying to avoid the pain. I was using that weed to avoid the pain. It would work sometimes, but that's the problem with it working. We need that pain. We need that pain to grow. Anger and substances will keep us from ever growing. If we consistently have resentment, consistently have anger towards the situation at hand, if we consistently use substances, we will never grow. And that's why you have these grown-ass baby boys who can't pull it off. These are the things blocking them. When you get rid of these, growth can occur and you can truly change. So keep that in mind. Now, these people brought me these 50 balls and I'm smoking. I'm sitting in my cell and I don't care at this point. I got mad time. And the cop keeps busting me, Miss Earl. She keeps walking by laughing at me because she keeps busting me. And I keep telling her that I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm going to smoke this weed. Like, whatever. So then my new cellie finally shows up. And he comes in and it's just, I have the cell blown out. He's like, Jesus, fool. Like, are you smoking in here or not? What the fuck? But the funniest part was I had my book up because I had nothing in the cell. No TV, no nothing. I'm on reception. Or not reception. I'm getting received in this new facility. So I'm on lockdown till I get received into the facility. So fucking everybody's walking by my window and I have nothing and they're always checking on me. I don't like that because I'm blazed. I'm just chilling. So anyways, I have my book upside fucking down. I'm so blazed when my new cellie walks in and he's just busting up because he smells the weed. He sees that the book is upside down and he's like, hey, fool, like, what's up, dude? And I look down and I'm laughing. I'm blazed as fuck. And he's like, this dude's ridiculous. What's up, dog? My name's Steve. What's up? My name's Wes. How's it going? We introduce each other. We start kicking it. And we have about a week and a half before we're able to go out into general population because we just got received at this facility. Now this facility was a trip. Like everybody was a little down because nobody really got visits and there was a lot of drugs. So everyone was kind of just holding their own selves down, not growing too much, not sharing too much with each other. And it was just a different type of place. I hated being there. Red hated being there. A lot of the cats hated being there. Another old cat there, Lefty, he had one fucking arm. Lefty hated being there. This shit was some bullshit. But the biggest thing was I still had my support system on the street. And my support system is my heart till this day. My homegirl, Audra, I love you so much. She was there for me the whole fucking time. And the crazy thing is during that whole time, she had multiple sclerosis and was in a wheelchair. So we were both going through so much pain that we talked every day. We helped each other and it was massive. I can never explain how much she did for me. And what we must always realize is those people who are drawn to us, we don't chase people. Those people who are drawn to you and they come to you, those are your people. There's no reason to chase in this life. Be you. Put out your ideas, your thoughts, your feelings, and watch it all come in. This is the law of attraction. This is how we must live. Other people can go and we can still send them love and wish them ill. We wish them good on their way out. This is fine. But my homegirl, she was in a wheelchair for 8 years with multiple sclerosis. The craziest thing was 2 months after I get out, after all the pain we went through, me being in the BMU, soiling my letters with my tears on purpose so she could feel my pain through the fucking mail because she was the only person that I knew could accept it and understand it. Everybody else had normal lives. They really weren't going through that pain. So all you guys out there who have these types of situations going on in your life, I'm so glad to be there for you because I know a lot of pain. With much wisdom comes much suffering and much pain. With much knowledge, it's the same. So understand that you've been given a gift. You've been given a gift to understand your pain and show other people how to overcome it. This is what you're here for. This is why you have that pain. Share that shit and you'll be set free. This is why I spread so much, because that's the only thing that ever alleviated my pain. So my homegirl, after getting out, she was in a wheelchair for 8 years. She took care of me. She was the only one who visited me when I finally came back to Delano from out of state. She came and visited me. It was the best ever. The only person to truly show me love the whole time. My parents didn't have the means. They love me to death. They love my brother to death, who's at Chino right now, but they just don't personally have the means to do a lot. So, I mean, I can understand. And just the biggest thing we can do through these situations is understand our people on the street and never have resentment. Just give love and we'll get that back. If we give hate, we'll get that back. So we must understand this. Everybody knows the exchange, the karmic exchange in that aspect. But my homegirl, she was in a wheelchair for 8 years. And when I got out, 2 months after I got out, she started to walk again. And we were both free.